The Young and the Restless spoilers document that Sharon Newman made the offer and is patiently waiting. She's done all that's possible as she continues to recover from not one but two kidnappings. Nick Newman has been there for Sharon every step along the way these past months. He's been open about caring for her and is considering testing a relationship with her again, but he has one major misgiving. The potential of this particular one-time couple reuniting nearly 2 decades after their divorce has been worth the watch. But will the slow burn buildup result in another false hope scenario? Nick was honest with himself and Sharon. He told her that he was concerned he would hurt her again if they got back together. Sharon was also honest when referencing the times when she did terrible things to him. It would be hard to gauge who the greater villain was. However, Nick's misguided grief trip into Philly's Summer's arms created the irreconcilable differences that led to the divorce in 2007. Pursuing love is a leap of faith, as those watching on the other side of the screen know, but his life in Genoa City, Wisconsin, best lived. Phillies and Sharon just endured a horrid predicament. Both nearly died, and each saved the other's life. While it wasn't Alan Lawrence's direct intention, the result of the double kidnapping brought Phillies and Sharon peace among themselves. That is good, with the point that Alan may be his assumed dead brother Martin Laurent. Sharon is abduction tough, meaning that her multiple kidnapping storylines toughened her, and she appears to be doing fine. But the same doesn't seem true for Phillies, who is struggling. Nick's need to help her may prevent him from thoroughly weighing the option Sharon's provided. Ideally, Nick will help Phillies and decide to accept Sharon's invitation. She asked him to join her and their daughter, Faith Newman, and visit their son, Noah Newman, in Europe. A soapy tie-in to the Laurent brothers storyline would allow Sharon to face down her abductor, with Nick providing support. While Sharon may not need to kill Alan or Martin, as was Cameron Curson's fate, she could prove vital in his reveal or capture. Combining the above with Sharon and Nick's realization of the revival of their love story would be better than good soap. It would be memorable daytime drama. Here's hoping these characters are being written to reconciliation through to marriage so that the past no longer defines them. This site is a leading source for everything linked to the Young and the Restless. Check back regularly for Y&R spoilers and news. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Pulse Canvas. It's me, Julie here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching. So let's dive into today's video. The Young and the Restless fans are raising red flags, and this time, it's all about Nate. After finding his long-lost family, things have moved a little too smoothly for many viewers. His mother Amy is back in his life, his half-brother Damien has forgiven years of pain, and suddenly they're one big happy family. Why and our fans aren't buying it? In recent episodes, we saw Nate and Damien bond quickly. Now this duo is going to visit Amy, who's undergoing cancer treatment. Sweet, right? But a lot of fans think it's a setup. They're speculating Nate could be in real danger while he's away. One fan said it best. Yes, Nate and Audrey got way too close to her too quickly, and Damien very quickly forgave his mother for the BS that he was pissed about. Something is very off. That comment got plenty of traction online, with others agreeing this sudden family reunion feels more like a ticking time bomb than a heartfelt comeback. Is Amy faking her illness? Is Damien hiding a darker motive? Could this trip be part of a bigger scheme? We don't know yet, but we can see a mystery in building there. Meanwhile, things aren't looking too secure on the romance front either. With Nate away, fans are watching his lady love closely. Word is she'll start reconnecting with ex-Flame Holden, who's been quietly waiting in the wings for his moment. Could absence make the heart wander? One viewer even shared, finally a bit of a mystery that's a little bit interesting. And honestly, they're not wrong. After weeks of smoother storylines, this twisty arc might just be what Y and R needed to pull fans back into the drama. There's still so much we don't know. What's real? who's lying, and what Nate might be walking into. But one thing's for sure, the mystery is heating up, and fans are here for every second of it. With Nate heading into unfamiliar and possibly unsafe territory, and Holden creeping back into the picture, the drama is just getting started. Stay tuned for more twists and turns in The Young and the Restless. For all the latest Y and R buzz and theories, keep checking Soap Opera Daily. See you next time. Phyllis Summers is on the brink of a mental and emotional collapse as The Young and the Restless takes a dark turn. Despite being known for her fierce and independent spirit, Phyllis is struggling with severe psychological trauma that may lead her to Fairview for professional treatment. Her life has spiraled out of control since falling into the manipulative grasp of Martin Lauron and his brother Alan Lauron. Phyllis's nightmare began when Alan imprisoned her and Sharon Newman in an abandoned psychiatric facility under the guise of treatment. However, his real intention was to manipulate their minds and break their spirits. Despite her strong exterior, Phyllis's mental state has deteriorated rapidly. She is plagued by confusion, fear, and a constant sense of being watched. Each day, Phyllis feels more trapped, and her physical health is also suffering. Persistent headaches and nausea hint at the toll her psychological turmoil is taking. Summer Newman, Phyllis's daughter, is growing increasingly worried about her mother's erratic behavior. Phyllis's confusion and paranoia are becoming harder to hide, leaving Summer feeling helpless and scared of losing her mother forever. Billy Abbott has also noticed Phyllis's troubling changes. Drawing from his experience helping Chelsea through her mental health struggles, Billy knows Phyllis needs more than love and support. She requires professional intervention. Amidst her emotional turmoil, Phyllis and Sharon have found unexpected reconciliation. Their renewed friendship may be the key to guiding Phyllis toward the help she desperately needs. Sharon, having faced similar trauma, is determined to convince Phyllis that seeking treatment at Fairview is not a sign of weakness, but a necessary step to reclaiming her life. As her mental health continues to deteriorate, the question remains, can Phyllis escape Martin's psychological grip, or will her fears push her past the point of no return? The soap opera world has been rocked by devastating news as reports emerge that a beloved star from The Young and the Restless has been found dead at home in the early hours of the morning. Fans are in shock, and Hollywood is mourning the sudden and tragic loss of one of its brightest stars. Authorities were reportedly called to the scene after a disturbing emergency call led them to discover the lifeless body of the actor. While officials have yet to confirm the cause of death, speculation is already running wild. Was it foul play, a medical emergency, or something even more shocking? Sources close to the situation reveal that the star had been struggling in recent months, raising concerns about their well-being. Hollywood in mourning. The loss of this iconic figure has left co-stars, friends, and fans in disbelief. Tributes have already started pouring in, with many remembering the actor's legendary contributions to The Young and the Restless. As news spreads, devastated fans are taking to social media to express their grief, shock, and heartbreak. This can't be real. They were a legend. Y and R will never be the same. I grew up watching them. This is truly heartbreaking. Gone too soon. My thoughts and prayers go out to their family. The outpouring of love and sadness is overwhelming, proving just how much of an impact this actor had on The Young and the Restless and its dedicated fanbase. While the glitz and glamour of soap opera stardom seem dazzling on the outside, insiders say the pressures of fame may have taken a heavy toll. Decades in the spotlight can be both a blessing and a curse, and this tragedy raises concerns about the mental and emotional struggles many actors face behind the scenes. Could this shocking loss be a wake-up call for the industry? As fans await official confirmation on the cause of death, one thing is certain: this devastating news will leave a permanent mark on the Y and R family. Will more shocking details emerge? How will the show honor their memory? What does this mean for the future of Y&R? This is a heartbreaking day for the soap opera world, and the young and the restless will never be the same. Phyllis's sleep was restless, haunted by a recurring nightmare. She found herself trapped in a sterile clinic, every corridor whispering secrets of control. Just as the nightmare tightened its grip, a sharp knock jolted her awake. Summer stood at her door, Nick by her side. Their concern was evident, but Phyllis brushed it off. "Just a nightmare," she murmured, though the weight of unspoken fears lingered. Later that day, Daniel confronted her with a pointed question. "Have you really moved past the hostility with your mother, or are you just pretending?" Phyllis hesitated, emotions swirling. "Feelings don't vanish overnight," she admitted. "I want peace, but the past still hurts." It was a rare moment of vulnerability, a small step toward healing. Meanwhile, in the high-stakes world of business, Victor Newman contemplated the latest power plays. His protege, Michael, briefed him on a growing enigma, Aristotle Dumas, a man carving his own path in the corporate war zone. Victor's instincts warned him that Dumas was more than just another competitor. The tension escalated when a company lawyer asked Victor directly, "Do you have any connection to Dumas?" A long pause followed before he admitted, "Yes, there's something I haven't fully disclosed." Elsewhere, Traci Abbott's world was unraveling. She confided in Jack, her voice shaking. "Alan isn't who I thought he was. What if he's really Martin Laurent?" The possibility sent chills through Jack. Sharon, ever perceptive, urged Traci to dig deeper. Together, they uncovered inconsistencies that hinted at a dangerous deception. With a trip to Paris looming, Traci realized she might be walking into a trap. Jack, unable to shake the growing dread, joined forces with Devon to investigate. Their findings suggested that this web of deceit extended far beyond Traci's personal life. It was connected to powerful forces moving in the shadows. At the same time, Victor revealed a shocking truth to Lily Winters. His connection to Aristotle Dumas ran deeper than anyone suspected. Rumors swirled about Dumas's true identity. Could he be someone they already knew, hiding behind a false name? As secrets unraveled, personal betrayals and corporate intrigue intertwined. Phyllis fought to heal old wounds, Traci raced against time to uncover the truth, and Victor braced for a confrontation that could alter the future. Each character stood at a crossroads, knowing that the next move could change everything. The shocking secret when Sally realizes Alan is her long-lost father, young and the restless spoilers. Sally Spectra's world is turned upside down when she discovers that her long-lost father is none other than Alan, a man deeply entwined with the most powerful and ruthless families in Genoa City. This revelation shatters everything Sally believed about her past and opens a door to dark family secrets she never anticipated. Alan isn't just a wealthy figure, he is the mastermind behind numerous covert schemes, manipulating business deals and personal relationships from the shadows. Now, Sally must grapple with her true identity while facing the possibility of inheriting a legacy of power and corruption she never wanted. As Sally processes this bombshell, another storm brews within the Newman family. Billy Abbott, a close confidant of Sally, is blindsided by the truth about her parentage. Knowing that Sally's father is the same man he once battled fills him with a deep sense of betrayal. This revelation strains his relationship with Phyllis Summers, who is already unraveling under the weight of her own emotional turmoil. Phyllis feels abandoned and hurt as secrets between Billy and Sally come to light, making her question everyone around her. Meanwhile, Sally is torn between her loyalty to Alan and her desire to maintain her relationship with Billy. Victor Newman, ever the strategist, seizes the chaos as an opportunity to tighten his grip on the family. Employing a calculated plan inspired by Aristotle Dumas, Victor maneuvers the players from behind the scenes to ensure his dominance remains unchallenged. As tensions escalate, Sally finds herself tempted to ally with Alan, especially as her resentment toward Phillies grows. This potential alliance could spark a fierce rivalry between the two women, leading to unforeseen consequences and betrayals. With relationships crumbling and secrets unraveling, the battle lines are drawn. Sally must choose between embracing her father's legacy or forging her own path, while Billy and Phyllis struggle to navigate the fallout of devastating truths. The consequences of these revelations will forever alter the lives of everyone involved, ushering in a new era of power struggles and emotional turmoil on the young and the restless. Billy Abbott has always been a man battling the weight of his past failures while yearning to prove his worth. Despite being overlooked and underestimated for years, a burning ambition within him refuses to die. This time, that ambition draws the attention of a shadowy figure, Aristotle Dumas, who sees potential in Billy to execute a bold plan against Victor Newman. Aristotle, known for his mysterious and calculating ways, believes Billy's drive and thirst for redemption make him the perfect ally. Seeing Victor as a common enemy, he offers Billy a monumental opportunity to become the CEO of a rival company and ultimately take down Victor's empire from within. For Billy, the proposition is more than just a business move. It's a shot at proving to everyone, including himself, that he's capable of greatness. However, the path to power isn't simple. Aristotle's plan hinges on secrecy and unwavering loyalty. If their alliance is exposed, the consequences could be devastating. Aristotle instructs Billy to stay in the shadows while they quietly build a project strong enough to challenge Victor's dominance. The stakes couldn't be higher. If they succeed, Billy will finally have the upper hand against the man who's tormented him for years. Yet, as Aristotle lays out his strategy, Billy begins to reveal 5 unsettling truths that shake Aristotle's confidence. With each revelation, it becomes clear that Victor is more formidable than they anticipated. The realization that Victor may already be aware of their moves causes Aristotle to panic. Fearing exposure and retaliation, he ultimately decides to abandon his aggressive plan against Victor, leaving Billy to reconsider his next steps. In the heart of Genoa City's power struggle, Billy faces a defining moment. With Aristotle retreating, Billy must decide whether to walk away or press forward alone in his quest to bring Victor down. The young and the restless spoilers for the next 2 weeks, March 24 to April 4, reveal that Billy Abbott will plot a secret power play while Sharon Newman exposes Alan Laurent, Aka Martin Laurent, and Traci Abbott faces a crushing blow. During the week of March 24-28, Victor Newman will confide in Michael Baldwin about his competitive past with Aristotle Dumas and plan to draw his old enemy out of hiding with a trap. That trap will require using Devin Winters and Lily Winters to Victor's advantage, but Devin may have concerns once he hears Victor's upcoming pitch. Of course, Victor won't realize Aristotle already has a bold move in progress. Since Aristotle will reach out to Billy, that suggests these two have a secret partnership that'll soon cause chaos. Over with Phyllis Summers, she'll break down in Nick Newman's arms before he pushes her to talk to Sharon. Phyllis and Sharon are the only ones who know what it was like to endure all that captivity horror, so they'll come together to discuss their ordeal and establish the new rules of their relationship. Speaking of rules, Kyle Abbott and Claire Newman will break some of those. It turns out Claire and Kyle will show off their troublemaker side together, so Summer Newman may feel left out of the fun. Next, Jack Abbott will have a disagreement with Nikki Newman, so that could involve some clashing over Victor Newman's sneaky plans for Jabot or his meddling regarding Kyle's romance. As for Diane Jenkins Abbott, she'll put on an act. That could be about playing nice with an enemy or a little trick in preparation for the renovated Abbott Mansion unveiling. Back with Billy, he'll spill to Phyllis in a strategy session, so that may bring some talk about his alliance with Aristotle. Sally Spectra will back Billy into a corner later and push for honesty, so she may have a hunch he's keeping risky secrets. Will Sally get Billy to admit he's still going after revenge on the Newmans? At Crimson Lights, Sharon will supply some info to Traci related to her hostage ordeal at Havenhurst. It'll help Traci make the necessary connections and realize Alan Aka Martin must be the kidnapping culprit. Traci will have an emotional reaction as she realizes Alan may not be the man she thought he was. It seems Traci will eventually settle on the idea that Alan might actually be his twin brother if Martin lived. Traci will give Jack updates on the theory and leave him terrified for her safety. If Traci still plans on meeting up with Alan in Paris, Jack may worry she'll be walking into danger. Will Jack insist on going with Traci and helping her turn the tables on Alan with a new scheme? Will Jack argue that they have to leave this to the authorities instead? Chance Chancellor may get proof that points to Alan purchasing the remote-controlled device from the hardware store, the same device that was ultimately found in Sharon and Philly's captivity room at Havenhurst. Of course, we should point out that Ashley Abbott could be at risk since she's in Paris right now, and that's supposedly where Alan is headed, back with Victor. He'll have a big announcement to make, so he's going to deliver some news that surprises his family members. This could tie in with Victor's prediction about bringing Aristotle out into the open. During the week of March 31–April 4, Victor's plot will heat up, while Chelsea Lawson and Adam Newman continue to enjoy their romantic reunion. However, trouble could be looming once Adam gets involved in all the Aristotle mayhem and feuds with Billy once again. If Adam takes things too far, it could cause some issues in his relationship with Cheslea. There may be more Martin shockers as well once Traci figures out her next move, so Y and R fans will be eager to see how it all goes down. Finally, Phyllis will keep leaning on Billy as she throws herself into work. It may help Phyllis heal, but it'll also cause concerns, and even some growing jealousy for Sally. The Young and the Restless spoilers say the next 2 weeks will bring plenty of excitement, so stay tuned. Where you want to be for terrific Young and the Restless spoilers, updates, and news, so make us your favorite Y and R hotspot. The Young and the Restless recap for Monday, March 24, sees Nick, Summer, and Daniel try to help Phyllis and Sharon confront their feelings. Billy tries to reassure Sally of his commitment, and Sally notices Dumas texts him. Finally, Michael gives Victor details about Dumas. Phyllis dreamed of being trapped in the clinic. Summer knocked on her door. Summer and Nick were there, but Phyllis insisted she didn't need constant check-ins and just had a bad dream. She wanted to be left alone. Nick refused to leave, but Phyllis said that she didn't need babysitting. Summer told her to stop pretending she was fine, and Nick urged her to get help. Phyllis insisted the poison was out of her system, but Nick didn't buy it. Phyllis yelled that they had no idea what she had endured. Not only was she held captive, but she had been trapped with Sharon. She demanded to know what kind of person would do something like that. She told Nick that if he wanted to comfort someone, he should go to Sharon instead. However, when she broke down, Nick hugged her as she begged him to make her pain stop. She apologized for being emotional and admitted that her time with Sharon had changed her. Phyllis didn't know how to process her new bond with Sharon. Summer reminded Phyllis that she had nearly died, but Phyllis still resented Sharon. Nick told her to let go of her anger, but Phyllis said everyone assumed she enjoyed it. She recognized that Sharon wasn't a monster, but she believed they were both deeply flawed. Nick had an idea. Meanwhile, Daniel saw Sharon eating alone at Society and checked in on her. Sharon admitted that what happened wasn't over. She didn't feel safe knowing the kidnapper was out there. Daniel thought it was ironic that their captor seemed to have wanted Sharon and Phyllis to reconcile. Sharon said that she and Phyllis had been forced to save each other, and she could give Phyllis credit for that, even if Phyllis wouldn't reciprocate. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Tuesday, March 25, see Phyllis and Sharon in a strange place. Plus, Victor gives Lily some information while Devin gets some news that leaves him troubled. It's going to be a day filled with drama, so you won't want to miss a minute. Sharon and Phyllis just went through a terrifying ordeal together. They were kidnapped and woke up in a defunct clinic. A madman, whom we know as Alan, or perhaps Martin, tried to make them work together to find a way out. It was strange. That's why it's interesting these two women find themselves in a strange place. We expect that the strangeness for Sharon and Phyllis this time is that after years of animosity, these two have a newfound respect for each other. Will it last? Only time will tell. Victor feels a responsibility toward Neil's children, at least when it also works for him. When it comes to taking over a company and ousting Lily, well, that's a different story. However, all's well that ends well. Now, Victor shares valuable intel with Lily. He got the update about Dumas from Michael. He most likely tells Neil's daughter all about Dumas and possibly Damien and Holden. The man has something unexpected going on, and of course, Victor will know something about it. Devin receives troubling news. Does it have something to do with whatever Victor shares with Lily? Or is there something else amiss in Devin's world? Could it be Dominic, his biological father, Tucker, or perhaps it's Abby? The Great Switcheroo, Sharon's news and mode vs Philly's emotional breakdown. Hold onto your hats, young and the restless fans, because the chaos is real, and it may have the strangest twist of all. After being held hostage in the basement of an abandoned hospital by Alan, Sharon and Phyllis were subjected to enough drugs and trauma to make even the most seasoned soap opera villain proud. But here's the real kicker. Now that they're free, their personalities seem, well, swapped. Are we witnessing a mad scientist's sick experiment, or did the whole ordeal just short-circuit their emotional circuits? Let's talk about Phyllis first. Normally, she's the queen of sarcasm, one-liners, and unfiltered opinions. Basically, the woman everyone loves to hate. But now, the woman can't even look at a tissue without bursting into tears. The Phyllis we know would have already made a snappy comeback, something that would have everyone stunned into silence. But this Phyllis is a blubbering mess, clinging to anyone who'll listen to her. Is this a new Phyllis, or is she just suffering from the world's most dramatic PTSD episode? We're starting to think Alan's special treatment involved turning the dial to 11 on the trauma meter and throwing away the emotional support manual. More, find out what's coming up on Y and R. On the other hand, Sharon, the woman who practically leaves in a permanent emotional wreckage state, is suddenly the embodiment of calm, collected serenity. After surviving kidnapping, near-death experiences, and a history of emotional meltdowns, Sharon's reaction to all this drama, a zen-like calm, leaning on her family and friends like she's some sort of spiritual guru. Where's the woman who used to cry at everyone within a 10-foot radius? Where's the emotional train wreck who couldn't get through a scene without flipping out? Is this the real Sharon? Or is she just putting on the ultimate poker face to keep us all guessing? Here's the real question. Did Alan, in his questionable scientific madness, orchestrate some kind of twisted personality swap? Maybe he injected those water bottles with a special serum designed to flip their emotional traits like a light switch. Or is this all part of his evil genius plan to sow chaos in Genoa City, turning everyone's favorite ladies into completely unrecognizable versions of themselves? At this point, we wouldn't be surprised if he turned out to be the mad scientist equivalent of Dr. Rolf on Days of Our Lives, with a penchant for mixing personalities and manipulating the emotional landscapes of his victims. If so, it's going to be a wild ride, and we're here for all of it. Is Phyllis going to pull herself together, or is she going to keep drowning in her emotions like a soap opera superfan during a dramatic funeral scene? Is Sharon going to keep embracing her inner Buddha, or will the old, overly emotional Sharon make a surprise return? Guess we'll have to stay tuned. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that secrets are the name of the game on the hit CBS soap. Only 3 episodes aired this week due to March Madness. The latest preview teases what Y and R fans can expect when the show returns, including Philly's on the brink. Philly's breaks down crying in front of Billy because she's been putting on a brave face for her kids. Philly's is clearly struggling since the kidnapping, and Billy sees she needs someone in her corner. When Billy offers to help, we are reminded that this is Philly's, and the way she asks him to help just might mean trouble for him. Since Aristotle Dumas was revealed to be Damien's business partner, there's been a mystery surrounding him. Y and R viewers have yet to see his face. Although the rumor mill is buzzing, he could be the character Billy Flynn from Days of Our Lives is playing. Victor has been cagey since Aristotle's name was mentioned, making it clear the mustache knew more than he said. Now we have confirmation that Victor and Aristotle have a past. In fact, Michael is the one who learns Victor and Aristotle are connected. Michael is a bit taken aback by the news, but not surprised, considering it's Victor. In fact, Michael is the one who learns Victor and Aristotle are connected. Michael is a bit taken aback by the news, but not surprised, considering it's Victor. Whatever happened, the look on Victor's face lets us know there's no love lost between him and Aristotle. It makes us wonder if their history isn't more personal than business. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that thanks to Sharon, Traci has alarm bells going off about Alan. Traci turns to Jack to share her suspicions about Alan, sending him into panic mode. Traci turns to Jack to share her suspicions about Alan, sending him into panic mode. In the video, Traci fills Jack in on her fear that her fiancé isn't who he claims to be. There's sheer panic in her voice, but this doesn't mean Traci learns Alan was behind Philly's and Sharon's kidnapping. Honestly, that bombshell will definitely come out during sweeps month and at the wedding. Something tells us this has more to do with Alan maybe being Martin